Good evening, welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Gitasha Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 28th of October. Several Taliban militants feared killed in airstrikes in Afghanistan. Pakistani troops continue to violate ceasefire, open fire at Indian posts and villages. And Indians throng jewellery stores on occasion of gold buying festival Dhanteras. And now for all the details. Residents along the LOC and international border continue to live in fear over mortar shelling by Pakistani troops. Pakistani army on Friday resorted to unprovoked ceasefire violation in several districts of India's Kashmir, targeting residential areas. Many have been reported injured.
Pakistani troops continued ceasefire violation by opening fire and mortar shelling on Indian posts and civilian areas along the LOC and international border. Locals in Jammu, Kathua and Rajouri districts are living in constant fear because of the continuous shelling by Pakistan targeting the residential areas. Several houses have been damaged and residents have been forced to evacuate to save their lives.
लगातार जो है वो सीज फायर वायलेशंस हो रहे हैं आरएसपुरा सेक्टर में, सांबा सेक्टर में, जम्मू में खास करके, और उन सब का जो है वो माकूल जवाब दिया जा रहा है। और हम लोगों ने जो है वो अपने तरफ से कोई इनिशिएटिव नहीं लिया है किसी भी समय में फायरिंग को बढ़ाने का। जैसे अभी शांति है तो हम भी वॉच कर रहे हैं, हम तभी जवाब देते हैं जब उनके तरफ से फायरिंग आती है।
Ceasefire violations by Pakistani troops have become routine along the de facto border after Indian Army carried out surgical strikes at terror launch pads across the border.
Moving on, in an apparent tit-for-tat move, Pakistan has expelled an Indian official in Islamabad. This comes after India announced the expulsion of a Pakistani diplomat in New Delhi for spying.
Within hours after India expelled a staffer of Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi on charges of espionage, Pakistan retaliated by declaring an Indian official in Islamabad as persona non grata. It all started when police in New Delhi detained Mahmood Akhtar, the Pakistani diplomat, for possessing sensitive documents related to India's defence and security operations. He was later let off on Thursday due to diplomatic immunity rules and has been asked to leave India by 29th October. Two other persons were also arrested by Delhi police for aiding Akhtar. In a response to this, Pakistan announced the expulsion of Surjit Singh, an official at the Indian High Commission in Islamabad, stating that he was involved in activities that violated diplomatic norms.
No justification has been provided by the government of Pakistan except for the completely baseless and unsubstantiated allegation that his activities were not in keeping with diplomatic norms.
On Friday, Delhi police arrested the third suspected spy identified as Shoaib for being part of an alleged espionage ring run by the Pakistani official.
इसको भी टास्किंग की हुई थी कि आर्मी के, बीएसएफ के डिप्लॉयमेंट, ट्रूप्स की मूवमेंट, वो सारी चीज़ें इससे मंगा रहे थे और उसी सिलसिले में इनका काफ़ी बड़ा एक नेटवर्क बन गया था। मौलाना रमज़ान खान जो कल परसों गिरफ्तार हुआ था, उससे भी इसके अच्छे संबंध थे, सुभाष जहांगीर से भी अच्छे संबंध थे और कुछ कैरेक्टर्स के नाम आ रहे हैं। अभी इंट्रोगेशन शुरू ही हुई है, इसलिए मैं बहुत ज़्यादा आपको अभी डिटेल्स नहीं दे पाऊंगा।
Diplomatic ties between India and Pakistan have further deteriorated after terrorists allegedly from Pakistan attacked an army base in northern Uri sector of Jammu and Kashmir province, killing 19 Indian soldiers. Since then, India has been trying to globally isolate Pakistan.
Meanwhile, family members of abducted student leader Shabbir Baloch demanded authorities for his safe return in Pakistan's port city of Karachi. They raised slogans against the Pakistani government and called on United Nations to take action. Earlier, Balochistan Student Organization or BSO Azad had staged a protest in Karachi against Shabir Baloch's unlawful abduction by Pakistani forces from southwestern Balochistan. He was attending a gathering on the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or CPEC when army conducted a raid at the place where gathering was being held. Apart from Shabir, 29 others were also picked up. Atrocities and negligence by Islamabad on the residents of Pakistan-administered Kashmir and other illegally occupied region is not a new thing. The long-standing history of a nepotism and apathetic attitude still continues.
People of Pakistan-administered Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan and other illegally occupied regions continue to live in worst human conditions. The federal administration seems least interested in doing their bit to improve their conditions with their only motive to exploit the resources. If the locals raise their voices against the corrupt system or atrocities meted on them by the Pakistani forces, arrangements are made to muzzle them. United Kashmir People's National Party or UK PNP spokesperson Nazir Aziz Khan said that whenever Kashmiris talk about independence from Pakistan, the authorities try their best to sabotage them.
पाकिस्तान को कश्मीरियों की आज़ादी से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, वो हमें अपने कब्ज़े में रखना चाहते हैं। हमारे नेचुरल जो रिसोर्सेज हैं उनकी प्लंडरिंग उनका सबसे बड़ा मिशन है और उसमें वो बड़े जो है ना टैक्टफुली कश्मीरियों जो स्पेशली जो हमारे मुसलमान हैं और स्पेशली जो कश्मीरी यूथ है उनके रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स को वो यूज़ करते हैं कि जी आप मुसलमान हैं, आपको पाकिस्तान में शामिल होना चाहिए।
Kashmiris living in the occupied region have problems which are beyond explanation, and the youth are the most vulnerable one. Lack of infrastructure, unemployment and corrupt system is what the people face daily in the occupied regions. Khan said that apart from corruption, the tenders are given only to favorable people by the Pakistani authorities.
तो वो श्रीनगर की बात करते हैं कि जी हम उनको लिबरेट कराएंगे, वहाँ ये वायलेशंस हो रही हैं, वो हो रही हैं। हमारे जो कश्मीर जिसको सो कॉल्ड आज़ाद कश्मीर हो या गिलगित बल्तिस्तान हो, उनमें जो नेशनलिस्ट प्रोग्रेसिव फोर्सेस है वो मार्जिनलाइज्ड हैं, उनको एलिमिनेट कर रहे हैं। उनको तो आप प्रेस को भी उन्होंने इंस्ट्रक्शन दी हुई है कि जी जो हमारे यहाँ छोटे मोटे 4-5 न्यूज़पेपर्स निकलते हैं कि किसी भी नेशनलिस्ट की खबर पब्लिश करने से पहले हमसे कंसल्ट करें।
Khan added that even during polls, only those who are favored by Islamabad are elected in the region.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, an airstrike in Afghanistan on Friday targeted home of a Taliban commander in eastern province of Nangarhar and caused several civilian casualties. A police official said that strike was carried out by an unmanned aircraft and killed 4 people inside the house. On Sunday, US forces targeted Islamic State and Al-Qaeda militants in eastern Afghanistan when officials said 2 Al-Qaeda leaders were killed in the neighboring province of Kunar. Afghan refugees who had been living in Pakistan are now forced to uproot their homes yet again. Pakistan has now announced it wants all Afghan refugees out of the country by December 2016. Afghan musicians lament their condition as they are now compelled to start over and return to war-ravaged Afghanistan.
After almost 40 years of war in Afghanistan, Pakistan has some 1.5 million registered refugees, one of the largest such populations in the world, according to the United Nations Refugee Agency UNHCR. More than 1 million others are estimated to be living there unregistered. For decades, Pakistanis have been enjoying Afghan music and artists have gained respect and popularity in the Peshawar area. However, Islamabad has now stepped up pressure to send people back, and numbers have risen sharply in recent months as Afghan-Indian relations strengthened and those between India and Pakistan soured. In a Peshawar building where a number of Afghan musicians, had set up their offices for more than 2 decades. Doors are now closed and corridors are empty. This spike in the number of returnees is, however, in tandem with the escalating friction between Afghanistan and Pakistan, which flared into brief clashes at the Torkham border crossing in June.
People across India visited jewellery stores to mark the festival of Dhanteras. The day is considered auspicious for purchasing gold or silver and marks beginning of Festival of Lights, Diwali.
People across India on Friday made a beeline to jewellery stores on the occasion of Dhanteras, a day considered auspicious for the purchase of yellow metal. As per Hindu tradition, Dhanteras is considered highly auspicious for buying gold or silver. It is believed that any new venture undertaken on this day guarantees good results. Jewellery outlets were decorated with garlands of marigolds and remained open till late evening to meet the rush. Gold earrings, necklaces, chains or coins are in high demand during this day.
हम पूरे साल में आज के दिन का प्लानिंग रखते हैं कि धनतेरस के दिन तो हमें सोना खरीदना ही खरीदना है। ये हमारा ट्रेडिशनल है और हम खरीदते ही है और इसको हम पूजा में शाम को रखेंगे।
Dhanteras is an important Hindu religious festival which marks the first day of the 5-day Diwali festival. According to Hindu mythology, the festival of lights marks the return of Lord Ram after 14 years of exile and the defeat of demon king Ravan. Houses and shops are decorated with colourful lights and candles for the celebration. Markets are flooded with clay idols, earthen lamps and other gift items. People exchange gifts with loved ones and offer prayers to the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, for a prosperous year ahead on the occasion.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Several Taliban militants feared killed in airstrikes in Afghanistan. Pakistani troops continue to violate ceasefire, open fire at Indian posts and villages. And Indians throng jewellery stores on occasion of gold buying festival Dhanteras. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.